Low to mid 130 dB with 2 3-inch woofers is cool, especially in the low 20s, but I need more for a daily. So let's build a box for 2 kicker solo X8s at 0.62 cubic foot per sub, tuned to 30 Hz. Already making a start. This is going to be a bit of a, not complex, just tedious build, being that it's a center port. I have 3D printed pieces I have to put in epoxy in, as well as I'm going to resin the inside the enclosure here, but I'm not too sure how I'm going to go about it. I could line the ports up, mask it off, mark it and mask it off, and then resin it here, pull the tape off, so I have bare wood to, bond to, or I can put the ports in and pour it and just hope for the best. Luckily the depth here isn't too bad, so I think the port's like that wide, I should be able to reach in still. I need a 3D print up corner bits, middle sort of airflow bit, and there's an internal one as well. So quite a big build. In a sense, there's a lot to do, but form factor wise, it's a very small enclosure. This is only 28 wide. I think it was like 18 deep, and was it 10 and a half, 11 tall, something like that. I may have forgotten that I was supposed to record this, but there's all the wood bits in. Not perfect, but a bit more than fine enough. 3D printer right now is working on the little flared bits, nice little other little parts for it. Otherwise, yeah, it's coming together quite nice. Pretty quick as well. Pretty compact box for him. The funniest part about this is it's not too far off the size of the box it's in there right now for 2 3-inch woofers. So I'm really happy with the way this is going to look. I think it's going to look pretty sweet when it's done. A lot of people like to make the excuse that the only reason I can get 2.8 so loud is because it takes up the whole boot space and whatnot. Well, it just happens I want more bass than 2 3s, and I want something that's not going to take up a bunch of space. So we'll see what this does. I'm not going to say, or I might have already said guesses, to be honest with you. I'm not too sure. It's been a while since I last recorded the other clips, but I reckon they'll do quite well. Definitely. I need to decide how I'm going to do the wiring for this. I could just do a terminal each side of the enclosure, but the problem about doing that is it's a bit awkward having to put a wire here, then loop it around and go that side. So I don't really just want to like drill a hole and put a wire through the port, although I might end up doing that and just trying to hide it. Or I could pop a hole here, or at the bottom, loop it around here, and then go through. That ends up being really long and just annoying. So I think I might make it so it comes through the port here, just over the top. That way, to see the wire, you have to like really bend down and look up to see it. That way, I'll have both subs on one side, one terminal. It'll just be cleaner, and I'll 3D print that terminal up as well. Might even do a little kicker logo right here or something. Make it a bit more customized. Look at me skipping steps. Resin is down. It looks like that's not coated. Believe me, it is. It's just a different color because I think I put wood glue on it on accident. But there is resin on that. You can kind of see it. Anyway, you can see where there's wood glue, it doesn't do a darker color. First layer resin down. This isn't for SPL reasons, although it does slightly help SPL. It's more so for longevity reasons, because moisture being in the back of a car for many years, especially with weather that is as bipolar as where I live, where it's boiling hot, freezing cold, boiling hot, freezing cold. Yeah, you have issues with moisture ingress on MDF, which is a bit annoying. I'd rather it not mold or come apart, as well as it would come apart, then it would destroy the wood glue. Can't really get in there that easy, so I'm just gonna thin out wood glue and then get a thin brush and just like that. As long as it seals up the pores in the MDF, it's fine. It doesn't really need to be for structural reasons, although if I can get somewhere with epoxy, I will. Especially for strengthening up these 3D printed parts here as well, which with one layer, it's already sounding a lot more solid. So definitely give that a few coats. Seal it up, make it strong. To do the outside in epoxy now. Already started a little bit, but I need to finish the rest of it off. It is extremely solid. Very solid. Could maybe use with some bracing in there, but I don't really have the clearance with, you know, the motors coming out to about here. I don't have the clearance for a window brace that would be meaningful. I wouldn't get thick material in there. And most coming out of here, you know, putting a dowel there isn't really going to do anything. So I'm pretty happy with that. That's more than sturdy enough for a pair of 8s daily. Plus it's very moisture resistant, which is good. Alright, it's not pretty right now. I just did a few coats of paint a few hours ago. But it's getting cold, so I thought I'd bring the box inside of a more, you know, temperature controlled climate. And it's a good thing I did epoxy on this. This is a great example. That's just condensation from it being outside. It was warm, and now it's bloody cold. Just condensation. That's a great reason why you want to try and protect your MDF. I keep forgetting to show what I'm doing, how I'm building it. I just finished, I wouldn't say finished, but I painted the port flare roundover pieces, and I'm just carpeting now. I've been absolutely dreadfully sick the past week. Had basically no sleep, so it's quite a fun distraction working on this, but you know, all that stuff, epoxying, blah blah, takes a long time. I've done outside and inside epoxy, which makes this stupidly strong, so that's nice. And I'm just now carpeting. You can see where I've done the seam here. This is on the bottom. It's not perfect. I need to put it in a bit more, but that's on the bottom though. There you can see the lovely big port and the 2 sub holes, which I need to get some soft material to act as an under pad for this, and then put the vinyl on top and then cut it. Yeah, I'm not too sure how it's going to work out. That's going to be a difficult one, but if all else fails, I'll continue using the same carpet material, because this stuff here hides all the imperfections. Lovely. It's quite beautiful. Yes, it's coming along. Very nice. Very nice indeed. Yeah, I'm just doing the same carpet on the front of it. The lining I wanted to use and the vinyl, it didn't work, it didn't fit. And then if I just use the vinyl itself, it's so thin that every small imperfection you can see, and I'm not going to put that much effort into it, so we're just going to do the same carpet all around the box, and that'll be it. I might revisit the port though and paint it white then, just to add a little bit of pop, because the vinyl's grey, and that would add a 2-tone to it. So I want to have more of a 2-tone look. I think I'm going to do the carpet, mask it off, and then revisit it with a white spray can and get the port white. Damn son, where'd you find this? Real trap shit. Walk with your boys. I have 2 dual 2 subs. I have a few options for ohm load. I could do 2-2-1 and then do 1-1 to 0.5, or 1-1 to 2, or I could do 2-2-4 and then 4-4 to 8, which is just ridiculous, or 4-4 to 2. I'm gonna wire the 2 ohm because 0.5 is very low. I don't have 4 terminals, so if I need to wire up, which most of my amps don't really support 0.5 ohm load, the only reason I would wire that low anyway is to get more power, and I don't really need to worry about power with the amps I have on tap. So I'm just going to do 2 ohm, because 2 ohm is more versatile. Each sub itself is going to be wired at 4 ohm. So instead of going to 1 on each sub, I'm going to do 4. This is probably the most sensible setup I've run in a long time. Just 2 8s, daily ported box, quite clean. Happy with that. I couldn't fit the 8K, my old 8K spot, unfortunately, so it has to go on top of the box. Alright, let's say I kick a Solo X8's meter in my daily setup. Both doors open on the driver's side of the car. You meet at the headrest. Here's the track. 32 to 27 hertz, Evil Pimp mask on. try a different track. Try 31 out. That's actually a pretty insane amount of air movement for like both doors open with 2 8s. And like that's not a crazy little frequency either. Like long frequency, a long wavelength, etc. But damn, a 48.2 on music, 2 kicker solo X8s in the back there. I'll open that up and show it now. With 2 solo X8s on an 8K wired at 2 ohm, mind you, so probably getting about 4,000 if Rise wasn't a concern. So probably like 2,000 ish with Rise. And they're barely warm to the touch, man. These things can beat all day long. And everyone says that, you know, you shouldn't put them in that airspace or whatever. They're in 0.57 each. And they do that. So that might make people rethink a lot of what they know about car audio. It's funny, man. It's really funny. Look at this. Awesome daily setup.